In 1975, an album emerged from Australia that was the product of a tutor student union. The duo in question, Madden and Harris, and from their singular album, Fool's Paradise, the track Wishes. We're in D minor with some classical acoustic guitar filigree.
Wish I were a butterfly in multicolored field. Into every perfumed face I'd steal, steal, steal.
I have to say, the different sites that give info on this album clash in terms of the credits they give. And like Discogs credits the guitar work to Ants Neeme. Another site says that it's all in-house between, unless that's a pseudonym, credits Peter Harris with piano, bassoon, and David Madden with guitar. And doesn't seem to credit some of the other instruments that we're hearing or even mention them.
Wish I were a tiny fish in gentle sunlit stream. I'd laugh and splash and float about and dream, dream, dream. Drift away at evening in deep reflected hue. Make those concentrations come true.
The layers of vocals are almost like hallucinogenic, the way that they're each singing kind of, one layer is like overlapping, like mellotron-like instrument, although I don't know if it's the real thing. It sounds kind of different. It sounds a bit higher pitched than a typical mellotron. I've heard that like only one mellotron ever made it to New Zealand. I don't know about Australia.
Wish I were an eagle with scorn in my eye. Far above the towering peaks I'd fly, fly, fly.
Now we're entering like this really frosty section. I think it is. The zither, played by Peter Harris. Oh, Peter Harris is like the real multi-instrumental powerhouse here. According to RYM, which gives a lot more detail than Discogs. Peter Harris vocals, guitar, bass, mandolin, piano, organ, mellotron, harpsichord, bassoon, saxophone, zither, cello. Okay, we've heard a few of those on this track, like the mellotron, zither, and I guess some cello, and David Madden, guitar and bass. Yeah, and Peter Harris, the instructor, David Madden, the student. Wishes by Madden and Harris. Let's hear another track, the title track, Fool's Paradise, Part 2. Those sounds are kind of like what are heard on that Wavemaker album. Seems to have similar effects being employed, like...
Loving you still may seem such a surprise. It's been a very long time. What could I do? What could I do? Everywhere I go, you travel with me. Where I go, you travel with me. I don't know why. Da 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 da. Everywhere I go, you travel with me. Where I go, you travel with me. I don't know why. Maybe one day I'll look up and you'll be standing in my doorway, and I know from the look in your eyes you're here to stay.
This has got kind of a late 60s vibe to it, sort of like some of the lighter American productions that were kind of in between the folk rock, sunshine pop area. I'm thinking like some of the stuff under the Kurt Bocher stable, like influenced by Brian Wilson, perhaps.
And then my wandering ceases, for you kiss me, and I hear you say, oh. Loving you still may seem such a surprise. It's been a very long time. What could I do? What could I do? Everywhere you go, I travel with you. Where you go, I travel with you. I don't know
I'd like to know what effect is being used to make that sound, or what exact make or model it is. It's yeah, it's some kind of it has kind of like a sparkly tone to it, but it goes like
everywhere you go, I travel with you. Where you go, I travel with you. I don't know why. Maybe one day I'll look up and you'll be standing in my doorway, and I know from the look in your eyes you're here to stay. Here to stay.
Madden and Harris with Fool's Paradise Part 2 from the album Fool's Paradise, released in 1975, the only album from this very unique combo of instructor, multi-instrumentalist, composer Peter Harris and guitar student David Madden. Yeah, dreamy, folky, symphonic vibe, one of a kind. Kind of benefits from being somewhat removed from the rest of the world. It's like you Australia at the time could be up with the times and yet in some ways slightly behind the times, and so you'll find like kind of late 60s like sunshine pop influences sitting side by side with these dreamier mid 70s qualities. And it's like you heard the comparisons I was making. I was everything from like Bocher to like Wavemaker crossed my mind as I heard this. And in the last track we heard that really high kind of mellotron, icy, some of the iciest mellotron I've heard, as a matter of fact, icier than on that Spring record, or on the Fountain of Psalmist for that matter. Yeah, their one album, Madden and Harris just put out a standalone single in 1974, and then they put out this album. And then Peter Harris released a solo album soon after this, Ruby, and I guess none of them were heard from again. But Fool's Paradise, fortunately, has gained quite a reputation in the decades since, and it's been reissued several times, and more it's just come to be seen as a classic of 70s Australian music. Released as it was right on the verge of the Aussie invasion, that saw this whole groundswell of activity from Australia, running the gamut from like the like jazz funk rock of Ayers rock to the West Coast laid back kind of rustic soulful rock of the Little River Band, and the more soul pop stylings of Sherbet, all the way over to the and some of the bands that were filtering over from New Zealand as well, like Dragon and Split Ends, and of course Little River Band would ultimately be the victors of that Aussie invasion up north. Anyway, for more rubies and sapphires from the Madden and Harris album, see the directory of albums by Australasian artists, where you can find red hot tracks and tasty purples from Australian and New Zealander artists. Like and subscribe and follow me on social media, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about these two tracks. The arrangements, the layers, the instrumentation, the tones, the mood, the vibe, maybe even some observations about a few lyrics that you may have caught. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled trimaximalist, signing off.